60 years ago today, the worst tornado outbreak in our area's history killed 82 people and injured nearly 700 others locally. It was Palm Sunday, 1965. The outbreak spawned 47 tornadoes across the Midwest, including this terrifying double-barrel tornado that destroyed the Midway Trailer Court in Dunlap, photographed by Paul Huffman of the Elkhart Truth. Just an hour later, Dunlap hit again by the deadliest tornado of the day. Goshen News photographer Bob Conrad snapping this photo here behind me. Now we're hearing from three sisters who survived in the Sunnyside neighborhood and what they remember from that horrible day. At 18, 16, and 13, tornadoes were the last thing on the minds of Pam, Teresa, and Deb. The sisters, all in different stages of life, have memories of April 11th, 1965 that differ slightly. But when recounting that day, the trauma comes flooding back.
And even to this day, 60 years later, it's pretty fresh. Yeah.
It's a day Bob Sauer says is etched in his memory. He vividly recalls huddling with his family in his grandparents' home as the tornado bore down.
I remember my dad and my grandpa both shaking their heads and go, well, there goes Kelly's place.
As the storm intensified, Bob watched in disbelief.
And I remember looking up and saw the house come up about 6 inches off of the foundation, and then it set right back down. And I mean, it seemed like an eternity, but I mean, it was a matter of just minutes.
I'm meteorologist Abby Wepler, and like Cicely was saying, she was tracking that tornado, of course, from Wyatt. But when we look at the big picture, Palm Sunday tornado, look how it spanned across the area. So I'm going to take you through the different tornado tracks for us here locally, not necessarily in the time frame of which they started, but to make it easier, go west to east. So of course, we're going to go from Porter over to LaPorte County. That start time there was 6:10. The rating there was an F3. Those are wind speeds about 135 to 165 miles per hour.
Memorial for the Palm Sunday tornadoes sits on the land that used to be owned by the family of Debbie Waters. Her family's life was turned upside down from that tornado, but in the chaos that followed, the memorial brought a sense of peace and closure. Debbie Waters embraced being the little sister. Her brothers, 11-year-old Mike and 10-year-old Stevie, helped her grow up. When the Palm Sunday tornadoes touched down in Elkhart County, 6-year-old Waters had to grow up very quickly.
And you couldn't see, and you really couldn't hear much. But I did hear Stevie yell for Mom.
Stevie would not survive the tornado. In the weeks to follow, Waters' father no longer wanted the land where their house once stood. A neighbor purchased the property, but her father eventually bought it back. 34 years after the tornado, an idea struck. Turn the exact spot into a memorial.
First band of the killer tornado slashed across the 5-county northern Indiana area shortly before nightfall.
Within minutes, a TV announcer says a tornado has been sighted. Then another. Then another.
The tornado outbreak,
there's just no warning at all,
was the deadliest in Indiana's history. And much like today,
tell us what happened last night, Joey.
Looks like it tore everything apart.
Crews rushed to hard-hit areas ready to report.
It was like the pictures of the atomic bombs in Japan at the close of World War II. Just total devastation.
The initial reaction from the community, I think, was just shock at the utter devastation.
Jennifer Bluen Policelli is the curator of education at the Elkhart County Historical Museum in Bristol. While the images of mass destruction are what stand out for most people, for her, community support is the legacy of the day.
Family that was in the Sunnyside neighborhood, and it was a mother and a father and their 3 teenage sons. And they had all gathered in the basement during the storm, and they literally heard their house explode.
In 1965, the way warnings were communicated was by phone.
We got a call from Chicago on the radar. They had a hook echo.
But that day, warning everyone every time there was a new tornado became an impossible task.
There were so many tornadoes and so widespread, communications are disappeared. I put out a blanket warning for all our counties.
Now, when warnings are issued, we don't have to rely on making a bunch of phone calls, which can be very time-consuming. Technology improvements, including the internet and cell phones, allow us to get the info out almost instantly to TV, radio, phones, and community systems like sirens all at the same time.